Hi guys, and welcome back to Chengi's World. Guys, I really want to thank you guys for joining me. And as you know, I am working on a coaching program called Get the Ring. If you don't know that, now you do. Welcome to Chengi's World if you are new to my channel. And if you're coming back for seconds, thirds, fourth, binge watching, do that thing. Welcome back, guys. You're my best friends. You guys are like my world. You're my tribe. You're my vibe. I love you. I love you for sharing. I love you for commenting. I love you for liking. I love you for promoting Chengi's World. I love you for following me on Instagram and being supportive. I just love your behinds. And I am looking forward to meeting some of you. Guys, you're my world. You are Chengi's World. That's what you are. You're my world. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. Today, as you guys know, I'm working on this program, Get the Ring. And what it's done for me is when I started this year, I really felt like God was saying to me, He wanted me to mentor and coach some women, especially women. I know I've opened it up to men as well, but especially women, mentor women and coach women to readiness for marriage, to preparation for marriage, and for some of us to actually being able to walk down the aisle this year, or to be in such a serious relationship that we know that it's definitely coming. I cannot share certain things with you on this public forum, and they're nuggets and things that I can only share with you on a one-to-one. And furthermore, it's one thing to go online and get a full diagnosis and sort of glean off the field of relationship coaches. But until you sit down with somebody who knows what they're talking about, with experience, wisdom, and grace to deal with the situation and share your story, they cannot really truly direct you. Now, I really just want to work with people who are serious. And as a result of that, I am going to be asking you to put some skin in the game, okay? I'm going to be asking you to work with me one-on-one. I've put together some packages that will open up for everybody to have access to me, or as many of you as possible, as I can humanly accommodate, to have access to me in varying variations. And because your needs are different, where you are is different. And I'm going to hopefully do a video where I will break down the packages for you guys so you can understand what is available to you. It might not be in one of the 3 days. It might just be like a random video that I will post. And you guys can get an idea of the packages and what is available to you guys. But I'm saying this because for a long time, my arena was the dating arena. And lately, I've been sort of being drawn to, I know there's some married women that watch my channel, some married people that watch my channel and contact me about their marriages. And those of you who don't know, I was a marriage counselor for many, many years. And I was married for many years as well, since I was 19. So I have a lot of experience in that realm. And I feel like right now I'm standing between a bridge between the singles and the marriage. And I'm kind of the bridge in between, sort of saying, okay, you need to prepare to come to this side. And those of you who are on this side, this is what you need to really be strong in. And somewhere in the middle, there I stand. Okay, but at the end of the day, the grace upon my life and the wisdom that is upon my life is there and is designed for relationships in whatever shape, way, or form that they come in. So I really want to work with some of you girls to really bring you, and I know some of you are already sending me emails, chengisworld@gmail.com. Put in the subject, Get the Ring. Then I will know that you are interested and I will send you my coaching packages. We will be getting started middle to end of February, probably end of February from being realistic. And but in the meantime, I will send you a questionnaire and I'll send you some stuff to do, and we will talk some more. Okay, so wherever you are in the world, if you have internet, if you have Skype or Zoom conferencing, I prefer to use Zoom conferencing, then a lot of it will be face-to-face via web links. Okay, and if you happen to be local to where I live, I would love to meet you for a coffee or whatever, just to get to know you. Today's video really is part of that preparation. I wanted to talk to you guys about weddings and marriage. And I know you've heard this before, and I know what it's like, because so many of us, we dream of our wedding, not because it's the wedding itself that we want, but it's because we want to be married and we want to be able to celebrate that romance and that achievement and that sense of, oh, I made it, I found somebody that I really want to celebrate with. And we watch all these beautiful weddings online and we see the beautiful gowns, and I've been on Instagram, and obviously a lot of you guys, some of you guys who follow me and I know for sure, got engaged over Christmas. So congratulations, best wishes to you. and I know this because you follow me and you let me know, and I see some of your pictures on Instagram of your proposal. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. And Valentine's Day is coming up soon, and therefore a few of you guys will be going to the other side and getting married. But I really want to say this to you girls who are waiting and maybe in a courtship or dating phase. I was talking to a guy friend of mine, and he said, he was talking to a girlfriend of his, and this girl was so adamant that she wanted a wedding that she put so much pressure on the guy. And the guy was like, look, I will go to your family, I will do the basics, and we can just be married. And she was so bridezilla, she wanted to have a wedding so badly that eventually the man decided not to marry her. Girls, you've got to understand something. This is not about whether the man will marry you or not. A man that loves you is going to want you to have the big day. But let me tell you something about marriage, and the reality of it is that marriage breaks up for two major reasons: sex and money. Those are usually the issues that flare up. There might be deeper issues, there will probably be deeper issues, but if money and sex are off, if somebody is abusing the sex either by having it with somebody other than the person in the relationship, or it's not happening enough, or something in and around the area of sex and money is the number one relationship breaker. Money is one of the biggest reasons people are getting divorced. Why? Because the pressure of being able to pay the bills, run life, and make things work and try to get to know somebody that intimately and that deeply. It's a strain on the relationship when finance is not flowing. And a lot of people who are having weddings are suffering now in their relationships, at the brink of suffering, because they spent the money that should have been invested in the marriage at the wedding. An average wedding is £20,000, people. That is a deposit for a house for some people. That is bills paid, rent paid, 2 holidays for you guys to get to survive that first year of marriage, which is almost impossible for most of us, because you are really negotiating terms and conditions. And at this point, you need to be able to not worry about the bills, worry about the rent. You need to be able to go on that holiday and come out of the stress and really invest money into the marriage. I cannot tell you how important this is. Guys, we must come away from the 21st century big party wedding mentality. If you are part of Chengi's world, please let me invite you to exploring the idea of abandoning weddings. 99% of the time you are feeding people and entertaining people who don't know you, who don't care about you, who will not work at supporting your marriage, who will spend time looking and rolling their eyes and thinking, I would have never taken that color or used that color. You are wasting your money, because 80% of the people there don't care about you. When they're finished with your wedding, they're going to go to another wedding and then compare your wedding to the other wedding. Please listen to me. I'm not being bah humbug. I have to confess, I've never been a weddingy girl. I don't want a wedding. I never wanted one. The first time I got married, it was imposed on me. I felt like a stranger in the room. I am not anti ceremony. I believe that there are ways that we can have intimate ceremonies with people, with the person we're marrying, that is just the people that you know truly love you and truly care and want to see your happiness and will stand by that marriage and support that marriage and be able to speak into that marriage. And you can spend 500 quid, £1,000, because you go to the registry and take everybody out for dinner and actually speak to these people and actually eat together and laugh together. Guys, a lot of what we are doing is destroying, and I'm speaking to the moms of brides too. Stop the pressure. Your people don't need to. Oh my God, a lot of the guests are your mom's friends, your dad's friends, people who have no impact in your life. Guys, I would rather, for the 20,000, 30,000 pounds that is being spent. I know couples who've not even been able to go on a honeymoon because they were paying for a wedding. How can you forfeit the most important part? And some of these couples were waiting until they were married to have sex. How can you forfeit that? You should be out in the Maldives, getting comfortable, getting acquainted. You know what I'm saying? Getting to know one another. You know what I'm saying? That's where your money should be. And if you think about the 20,000 of people who are now rolling their eye, the food is cold, we're all bored, we're just here, some of us, because we just, I'm not keen on weddings. I don't like attending them, and I don't want to have one. And I know I'm a very rare person. I've never wanted one. I want to get married by the beach. I want to go and have a registry, whatever, have my pastor bless it. Hubby and I bugger off and go off to some beautiful island and spend 2 weeks there or 10 days there, just really doing and investing in our relationship. And I want to save that money to make a comfortable home for myself, and for us as a family, and to be able to afford another holiday that year, and to be able to have the things that truly matter. Why I've been married before, I know the day, it's a big, huge, expensive party, and unless your family, you come from a lot of money, unless that 20,000-30,000 pounds that you're spending on a wedding is nothing but a chicken wing. I would never recommend that anybody use their savings, that anybody use any real money that they have worked for to pay for a wedding. I know this might be controversial. I know that some people might think, Chengi, I'm not having it, or that I'm trying to, if you have a wedding and it's beautiful, I will comment on its beauty, and I will, I'm not going to be sitting there thinking, silly girl, but I am advising you from a place of maturity. Some of the most beautiful, exquisite marriage weddings don't ever make the best marriages. I was watching a film the other day, and I love old Victorian movies, and I love period dramas, and they would just wear what they would wear to church to get married. It would be him and her, the family and the parents, the people that mattered, brother and sister. They would go and see the vicar would bless the marriage, the bells would go, the whole village would know somebody's gotten married, and hey presto, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. They go off and family life begins. When did we make this? We've allowed this commercialism to get in the way. I always say to people, the only two things that I need a great ring, because if it all goes mash up, I know it's terrible. I want to be able to sell it and still move on. But I really think that I am always going to have that ring. I'm going to wear it everywhere that I go. So I would like that man to invest some serious money into my ring. And I would, but other than that, I am quite happy to go off to Monsoon and pick up a cute little number and get married by the beach, or go to a registry, because it's about me and him. It's about us, and it's about our families and them knowing each other and being acquainted with each other. It's not about the big day. And I want us to rethink our mindsets here, ladies, because some of us are single, and maybe some of our partners are refusing to get married because we're so hung up on a wedding. We're so hung up. I was speaking to this young girl. She's got 2 kids with this guy. She's young. And I was like, so what's stopping you guys from getting married? Well, because I want the big day. And he's just saying, let's go off and go and get married, and, and just move on with our lives. But I'm not having it because I want my big day. And I thought, you silly millennial, okay? Stop it. You don't need a big day. You've already got 2 kids. You've got a house. What you need is to start investing in property. What you need is beginning to be, a woman who's got a contract, who is, married and happy. That's what you need. You don't need the wedding. And guys, so many of us are jeopardizing our happiness, postponing our joy, because we're so hung up on this party that means so little to the people that you're trying to impress. Who are you trying to impress? Oh, my time has come, my day has come, and my family they get to wear that dress, but you get to carry the debt. You get to have the financial pressure. Maybe you are a couple where the wife could stay at home because maybe your finances were such when you met where he could afford for you guys stay at home, but now you forced this poor man, or forced it upon yourself, or your family has forced it upon you to have this big wedding, and now you don't even know how you're going to cope. So now you have to go to work. He now has to go to work. You're fighting all the time because it's not what you guys signed up for. Take it from me. Let us think of creative, beautiful. I'm not saying it cannot be beautiful. I'm not saying that you cannot, with a very, very small budget, create something lovely. I went to my best friend's wedding, and it was a registry, and it was me, her daughter, her grandson and her husband and herself, and it was beautiful. We didn't need a big photographer. We used our phones. We took real live photos, real life memories. Okay, we went out, we had dinner, we had a laugh around the table. Everybody there meant something to her. Oh my God, I just thought this is how everyone should do it. He proposed at Christmas. By February, they were married. Guys, we need to wake up. If we can do this, we will save so much. We will save our marriages because we are not entering marriage with pressure. So I really, really want you to consider this. If you are going to have somebody propose to you this year, if you've already got a proposal, really ask yourself, can you scale it back? If you've already started the wedding arrangements, does every single living being have to be there? Really, do you really have to have the big expensive party? Can you truly afford it? Can you afford the impact it will have on your marriage? These things really matter. And I'm here to give it to you straight. And I am here to give it to you real. Get the dreaminess out of you. Marriage is not a wedding. Marriage is a commitment. And you need to harness it. And you need to fortify it by having strong finances and being comfortable enough and at ease enough so that the sex is not forced. You're not under stress. You can actually enjoy your sexual life and build up a healthy sex life for the future, because a good sex life and firm financial foundations are fundamental for a healthy and happy marriage. Guys, I hope you get this message. I hope it sinks into your soul. And for those of you who are on the other side suffering, leave a comment. For those of you who are like, yeah, I wish somebody had told me, leave a comment. Okay, let them know. And for those of you who let me have some feedback. What do you think? What are you going to do? What is going on? How can you do things cheaper? There are ways. If you've already started, see if you can do everything cheaper. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for watching. This is not quite the usual, but I hope to see you guys on Instagram and Facebook. And I hope that you guys will email me with Forget the Ring program so we can keep this party going. Okay, love you lots. Take care of you guys. Love you lots.